It was the morning of January 24th, 1848, when James Marshall found gold at John Sutter's lumber mill on California's American River. 1 year later, in 1849, gold fever had infected the world, and more than 300,000 people came to California to find their fortunes. It was the start of the gold rush. These pioneer miners were farmers and businessmen. Most of them never found their riches and went back home. Yet others stayed in California and made a living helping other miners. They settled in tiny towns like Old Dry Diggins, which today we know as the city of Placerville. California's gold rush is an important part of American history. This program is about the gold miners and how they did their work. The vocabulary words and web pages will help you to learn more about the gold rush. Let's meet the miners at Placerville's Gold Bug Park and see what life was like for these rugged pioneers. By late 1849, much of the easy gold had been taken from the streams and rivers. With picks and dynamite, the miners dug deep into the hills. Their narrow tunnels were called hard rock mines. The miners found the gold in thin strips or veins of a white rock called quartz. These quartz veins were called drifts. The miners looked for quartz that had a dark brown stain. That stain was rusty iron. The miners knew that when they found iron in the quartz, they would also find gold. Digging a gold mine was very hard and very dangerous work. Let's put on our hard hats and check out the Gold Bug Mine.
Welcome to Gold Bug Park, Placerville, California, the heart of the mother lode. I'm Duffy the miner, and I'll be teaching you all about hard rock mining. I will show you the parts of the mine. I'll give you a little history of this here mine. And then later on, if you're good, we'll play with some dynamite. Follow me. Now we've just come into a hard rock mine. All around you is metamorphic rock. That's dense, hard rock. Now when this all got shoved and pushed about, the quartz came up in a steamy form and was pushed into the cracks. There's the quartz up there, do you see it? And that's where the gold was. It also went up, so he went up. And he took out all the quartz that had gold in it. When it pinched out, he decided to follow the drift. Go where the quartz is going. And that's what he did. He drifted. It goes north to south, south to north. That's where the mother lode lies, even in Mariposa County, all the way up to Plumas County. We will now go into the drift, and let's go see what he found. This is metamorphic rock, carbonaceous slate. Do you remember I was telling you it was in layers? Well, you can see the man has peeled the layers off to get to the quartz. Can you see the quartz up there?
Yeah.
But it's too white, isn't it?
Yeah.
The reason it's still there is there's no rust, right? What happens if you have no rust?
There's no gold.
And if there's no gold, there's no digging. So he drifted on, and so will we. We are now walking down the cross cut. The miner's trying to find the quartz, and he knows it's only 160 feet away, so he goes in a straight line to find that gold. So now the miner has cut this cross cut because he's looking for quartz. Now we're going to put you miners to work. Do you see that down there?
Yes.
That's an ore cart. What is it?
Ore cart.
You're going to go down there and bring that ore cart to me. Go to work. Okay, miners, put your backs into it and bring that cart to me right here. Now, was that easy or was that hard?
It was easy.
Yeah, if you tell me it's hard, I fire you for lying to the boss. This here is flowstone. That's new rock being made. Moisture brings the minerals down, deposits it right there on the face. You can see the gray, that's calcium carbonate. The other stuff is, we call it the dragon's blood. That's iron oxide. Rust is being made, new iron. And we have hematite, and there's also manganese. Now, this is called the face. What's it called? The face is where the miner works. He drills through the face to get to the heart of gold. It'll be on the other side. Above your heads is called the spine. What's it called?
The spine.
These are not walls, they're called ribs. What are they called? You see, the miners are very superstitious. They treat the mine like it's a living thing. You're in the belly of the beast. We're here to rip out his heart of gold. To do that, we have to blow his face off. We're going to use dynamite, and I'll teach you to play with it later, okay? Good. Now, we have to drill a hole 4 feet deep. How deep?
4 feet deep.
We're going to stack it full of dynamite. On the end of the dynamite, there will be a fuse. That fuse has been timed outside. We know exactly how long it takes to burn down, and that's an important thing to know, because when you light the dynamite, you say fire in the hole. What do you say?
Fire in the hole.
Then you slowly, carefully walk out. The fuse will give us plenty of time. We listen for the blast. It'll fracture the rock down into a muck pile. We'll haul it to the mill, crush it, and take out the gold. Do you understand the job?
Yeah.
Good, because you're going to be the shaker. Step over here. Shaker! How deep a hole do we have to dig?
4 feet deep.
We're going to stack it full of dynamite, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, to make that nice round hole, do you see how that's shaped on the end?
Yes.
You put it up against the face, and you hit it, and you twist it back and forth, and it gets a nice round hole. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
That's called shaking the steel. What's it called?
Shaking the steel.
And you're the shaker, aren't you?
Yes.
What's this?
A hammer.
Say, Duffy, I do not know.
Duffy, I do not know.
That's the right answer, because this is a jack. What's it called?
A jack.
It's always going to be a jack. Turned into a jackhammer down the line, but started out as a 2-pound jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
How deep do we have to go?
4 feet deep.
So we're going to use bigger and bigger pieces of steel. Now it's hard for a man to do single jacking, and that's what I was doing. I was working by myself. We're going to do a job called double jacking. What's it called?
Double jack.
To double jack, you grab that cold hard steel in both your hands. Hold it straight. What do you have to do?
Hold it straight.
Good, hold it straight, because that's all you got to do. And when I hit it, what do you do? And I hit it and you twist it back, and I hit it and you twist it. You got the job. I cannot drive that 4 feet into the face with a 2-pound jack. We're going to break out the big guns. Are you ready, Lefty?
Yes.
Hold it straight, because here I come. You have to have your eyes open when you do this job, Kobe. All right, so now we've drilled a 4-foot hole. Step over here. You are now going to be the powder monkey. Now, I'm getting the dynamite. Be careful. We put this in the hole. You take the end of that stick, and you put it up against the dynamite, and you shove it all the way to the back. Now I'm going to take a rag, or some mud or newspaper, it doesn't matter, as long as I pack that hole in tight. It'll hold the blast for a fraction of a second. All right, here we go. We're packing it in tight. Fire in the hole.